What's she doing?
Well, she'll be discussing the situation.
I want to see her.
Yes, in a minute. In a minute. She needs to talk to her husband.
Why she lied to me?
I'm sure she'll want to explain that herself.
Why did you lie to me?
I wanted it all to just go away.
What, and you think lying to me would make that happen?
This isn't about you.
My wife's secret child turns up and it's not about me.
It was in the past long before I met you.
Did you get pregnant when you were a prostitute?
No! Have you seen how old she is, Chris? I had her when I was 13.
Oh, so that makes it all right then. What else have you lied about?
Nothing! Oh, is there something you wanted? Because I think you've caused enough trouble, haven't you?
I phoned Paddy and Emily and told them that Debbie was with me.
Oh, great.
What?
And when you two finish tearing strips of each other, you might want to bear in mind that there's a very distressed child sitting in the kitchen.
Where have you been?
Talking to my husband.
But now it's happening, innit? I mean, this is our chance.
Look, try to understand this.
Yeah?
I've got naught to say to you. So you're going to have to go.
What?
You're going to have to go now.
Charity?
What do you mean I'm not going? What does she mean? You're my mum.
I'm not your mum. Pat is your mum. I'm just a woman who's made a very, very bad mistake a long time ago. I was a different person.
What exactly are you saying to me?
For God's sake, Charity!
Please.
Look, you need to stay out of this, all right?
You can't make her leave without talking to her.
Well, just watch me.
You owe her an hour of your time. You owe her an explanation. Do you understand? I won't let you send her away.
Why don't you want me here?
Debbie,
Why did you say you had to go?
just a minute.
And why'd you lie to me about being my mum?
Look, if you want me to answer your questions, you're going to have to cut this attitude. I'll start again. And never mind what's gone on up to now.
All right. So who took this?
Me dad.
When?
About half an hour after I'd done the test, found out I was pregnant.
Tell me.
There's not really to tell. Sat in the loo, staring at the test, trying to take it all in. My dad was banging on the door. And when I opened it, I thought he'd somehow know by looking at me. But he just pushed past me and said, "About time."
How'd you feel?
He'd just won this camera off his mate in a bet. And he wanted to use it. So I'm stood there in this daze and he wants to take a picture of me. How did I feel? Like the life I knew was over. And I was really scared.
But you told him.
Yeah, I told him.
And then you had the baby.
Yes.
And then you gave me away. Why?
Look, I think it's about time you went, Debbie.
No, please, you have to tell me. Ever since my mum, Pat, ever since you told me I was adopted, I've wanted to know. So you're going to have to tell me why you gave me away. Why did you...
I know, I'm getting there. Why did I give you away? Look, I was 13. I was too young for a sensible thought in my head, let alone raise a kid.
Well, I'm 13.
Yeah, well, there you go. Secondly, my dad went totally crazy.
Well, what's he got to do with it?
Oh, do you want to hear this or not? Losing his temper was nothing new, but this was something different. First he hit me, then he hit the bottle.
Well, I still could have stayed in the family.
No, you couldn't.
Well, why?
Because he wouldn't have allowed you to.
You could have argued with him.
Well, there's a third thing yet, anyway. Like I said, I was really scared. I was ready to let the baby go. I wanted it out of my life.
I don't understand.
What, that's not clear enough?
What about my dad?
You don't come into it. And anyway, he's dead now.
Oh.
I'm sorry.
It was always you I wanted to find because of this. And because that's who Pat always talked about. But now I found you, Anna. I never thought I would, but I found you.
Do you think I should go in there? See if I can help?
No. But I wonder how it's going.
Badly, I expect. Charity's not exactly the mumsy sort.
Debbie had a right to know the truth.
And did it ever occur to you that I had a right to know the truth?
Chris.
Apparently not. How long have you known that Charity had a child?
It was since I backed out of having the termination. I was in a pretty emotional state, and Charity told me about her experience.
That was months ago. October. And the two of you have kept the secret to yourselves all this time.
We never lied to you.
Oh, please, I don't want your pathetic excuses. You and Charity kept this from me.
No, you mustn't feel this way.
How do you expect me to feel?
You ask too much of Charity.
A little honesty's too much.
She's a dingle.
She's a Tate.
She was a dingle for most of her life. You know what that means. A chaotic upbringing, nothing we would recognise as a formal education, and people like Cain for your relatives.
She's a tough woman. She came through.
You don't just forget that sort of hardship. It forms you. It makes you who you are.
I'm talking about what happened here, in the present. I mean, this kid showed up and she didn't tell me. She didn't want me to know. How's that supposed to make me feel?
Debbie showed up and Charity's past was living, breathing and staring her in the face. What do you think her first reaction was? She wanted to run away from it.
Then why didn't she come to me? I believe I can accept anything that's happened to her. But I just can't cope with being so excluded from her life.
Imagine if Jean turned up, age 13. Imagine how hard that would be to deal with. Well, for Charity, it's 10 times worse.
Pad and Em thought I were making it up. I mean, I don't blame them. I do make things up sometimes. But this is better than anything I could have invented.
You reckon?
They're going to be so surprised.
You are?
Can they come and see you tomorrow? And then as soon as Pat's back, you can come and see her.
Hang on a minute.
And I can't wait to tell Kane. He's going to be so happy that everything's worked out.
You're not telling Cain?
Why not?
Because you can't trust him. Just think about it. The minute he saw that photo, he knew it was me. But he didn't tell you, did he? He was using you to get at me.
All right.
And you're not telling Pat, or Paddy, or Emily, or anyone else for that matter.
Well, what do you mean, why not?
You like Pat, don't you?
Well, of course I do.
Right. Well, when I handed you over to her, it wasn't done officially, was it? She could go to prison if this ever came out. And you'd never see her again. Is that what you want?
No.
And you'd never see Paddy or Emily either, because you'd be taken far away from them, and from me.
Why?
Look, just trust me on this. I know what I'm talking about. You can't tell anyone. Promise me you won't tell anyone.
All right, I promise.
That's not good enough. I want you to mean it. Look at me in the eye and promise me you won't.
All right, I promise you I won't tell anyone.
Just you make sure you don't.
I can see the likeness now. It's so obvious now, I know. And you can see it too, can't you?
Yeah. Yes, I can see it. Look, I think we've had enough now, Debbie.
Not yet.
Well, you should be going home.
Well, just let me stay a bit longer.
And what about Paddy and Emily? They're going to be worried sick.
Well, Zoe says she rang them and I don't want to go yet.
All right. All right, calm down. You can come and see me again. I'll take you out somewhere. I'll take you shopping. I'll take you wherever you want to go.
When?
In a few days.
No, tomorrow, please, tomorrow.
Fine, right, all right, whatever, tomorrow. But right now you can go home.
Right, well, I'm going to see you tomorrow.
How well can I know her when she can hide things like that from me?
I don't think anyone will ever really know Charity.
Well, that's great.
Well, she's reinvented herself too many times. We'll never fully understand her. I don't suppose she even knows herself.
Just tell me one thing, then. Are you aware of any other secrets I ought to know about?
I just told you, Chris. I don't feel I know Charity. I can't help you.
Right, well, we're off.
Goodbye, then.
It's nice to meet you and sorry for causing any trouble.
It's not your fault.
Bye, Debbie.
Thanks, you know, for what you did.
Just go and wait in the car, I'll be out in a minute. It's the red one. It's under control, Chris.
What does that mean?
Well, she'll be out of the village in a few days, and after that, she'll never bother us again.
You make her sound like some anonymous nuisance.
All right?
All right.
Chris.
You heard her. It's under control.
So tomorrow then.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Thanks. You know, for seeing me tomorrow. And for answering all my questions. And for being my mum. This has been the best day of my life. Bye then.
See you.